Hey, happy Friday to you. The Trigger Rich Bontrager back. It's rainy, drizzly in Washington, D.C., but I hope you're having a great Friday, whatever you got going on, and super plans for the weekend. We're winding down another great week at Rock the Stage. And of course, our brand promises we're here to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, help elevate you and your brand authority so you can be seen as a go to expert in the corporate world. One of the things that is really changing the game, and if you're not using it, you need to really look into leveraging a podcast for you, your corporation, for your business. Corporate podcasts are a real powerful way to amplify you and your brand. And I'm sure there are those that wonder it's too hard, too time consuming. Really, you don't have to make it an hour long event. You can pre-record them, you can play them back. There's so many different ways to use it, and so many ways you can use it internally, externally as a lead magnet. So I'm going to give you a few moments here just to look at some of the ways that you can leverage a corporate podcast. I'm also going to back it up with some facts and figures. So an estimated 116 million Americans listen to podcasts every month. All right, 116 million people are tuned in. This represents 10% increase from last year. Podcasting is going up and up and up and up. Whether it's audio or video, the media world is exploding, and the corporate world can play a big part in this now. The average podcaster listens to 7 different podcasts each week, not just one and then turn off. 7 different podcasts. That all average out mathematically about 6 hours and 37 minutes. They are plugged in or watching a podcast. It is the new TV. It's the new radio. And if you've been in corporate business, if you've been in business a long time, we have leveraged commercials, advertising, info commercials. We've done so many different things over the years to leverage media. Are you leveraging podcasts right now to your full advantage? Businesses, we have a unique opportunity. Business leaders, owners, influencers, we have a unique opportunity to use podcasting as a way to reach out and grab new clients, customers, partnerships. There's so many different ways to use it as a reach out tool. Think of PR the way we used to do PR. PR was in advertising and magazines. You would buy that radio spot. Now you can control the narrative. You can have yourself, you can talk with a partner from your team, you can do interviews to highlight your products and services. You can do a rollout of a new special event you've got going on. There's so many different ways to use a podcast for outreach. Now, here's a great way to leverage podcasts is also use it for in-reach. You can use a podcast internally to inform and train and equip your staff and team to know what's going on company-wide. Now, yes, it's going to limit the reach and the sphere, but they're listening to podcasts already. They're already tuned in. They're already used to it. If you create an internal or company-wide podcast, you have an easy way to communicate. People are not going to read all your emails. We know they see the email, they delete, trash, ignore, block, whatever. People are bombarded. But when you send out something that says, hey, this is important, tune into our brief company podcast today. You talk to another manager on the floor, you talk to a satisfied customer, you talk about the rollout. Your teams will be much more interested in what's going on with that. Another way is that you can reach the more influential people. Here's some more stats about podcasting that you may not be aware of. According to the Nielsen reports, listeners are highly educated, affluent, and they have money to back themselves up. They're smart. And they're 45% of podcast listeners have a household income of $75,000 or more. These are your customers. These are the people you want to talk to and bring into your business and keep them coming back in your business. 51% have a college degree or higher. 80% of podcast listeners reported they've taken action based on what they heard in a podcast. Think about that. It's an attraction lead magnet. When used properly, you use it as a call to action. Join us, buy it, test drive it, like it, share it. 80% of the people are going to click on that button or opt in with you when you know how to leverage a podcast for business. How much of a reach and effort to expand yourself and expand your corporation are you missing by not leveraging podcasts right now? And also think about this. It's one of the most effective marketing tools right now, and it's easy access. We are no longer tethered to the home to reach people. You grab your phone, you put in your earbuds, you walk down the street, you go exercise, you go for a car drive. It's instantaneous, it's right there. And the effect is so positive that you've gone from just general noise and interaction to you literally in their head, and you can get from their mind to their heart much. I mean, the scientists studies have proven the audio in your ear affects your heart and your mind. You're thinking way faster than just general noise that we've seen on radio and television, print. And by the way, it's a targeted market. You can scale and grow your podcast to meet your target market. Yes, it might pull in other people. It might attract the fringe people. But if you know how to target this to the right people, to the right groups, you will have the ideal customer waiting for you. There is power in leveraging the corporate podcast. How are you doing with this? I would love to hear your comments, your questions, your thoughts. Hey, Rich, what sort of tools do we need? How much time? How often do we need to do a podcast to make this type of corporate podcast work for us? Do I need a big studio? Can I do it easy? Yes, 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 and more yeses. We can help you with that here at Rock the Stage Media, because podcasting is the new radio. Back in the heyday of radio, people would gather around the radio box and they would listen to the Lone Ranger and the modern radio dramas. They would listen to the news, the BBC, and things from around the world. This is now the new way that we do this. This is the powerful way that we can do this. What we got coming in here on the chat? What was driving while listening to you? Dennis is driving and listening to me right now. Dennis, I love you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's the power of podcasting. That's the power of streaming content. He just proved the fact. I am doing a video. He's tuning in. He's catching it live. And right now, there's a power and a reach that you can't beat anywhere else. Plus, you control your own narrative. Your business now controls everything about your promotional, your content, who you want to highlight, who you don't want to highlight. You control it. Back in the day, if you submitted something, it got edited. 30 seconds or less was the standard commercial. Or if you put it into print, you had a certain box and certain words. And we always went over the words thinking we could sneak it in. And they would edit, cut, paste, and crunch up what we're talking about. And it was horrible. Those voices in my head. Dennis, thank you for that. Yes, we're getting out of the voices in the head. We're moving on to more positive things. How do you want to control your story? How do you want to reach people? Is it that you're going to let somebody else do it and be the voice? Remember, at Rack Stage, we talk about you are the brand. You are the brand authority. You are the brand spokesman. You are building your own media empire. Launching a podcast is one of the easiest ways to launch into building your media empire. It's not always about your books. It's not always about what you sell. People want to know you and your corporation more than ever. People are tired of being burned by companies, ignored by companies, and it's just another job. Bring your voice alive and change it from just another business transaction to a personal relationship that goes to their ears, to their heart, to their pocketbook, and calls them to action. I promise you, a corporate business podcast is a powerful, powerful thing. And if you do a merger, if you do a big announcement, a launch of a new store, set up the podcast gear and be there. Have someone be there live, like the old radio remotes. I used to do a dozen of these. Radio remotes at the car lots, radio remotes at the new restaurants. Take the same ideas that we have used in radio and use them for yourself with a corporate podcast. If you want to learn more about how you can rock the stage and get this going for your company even better, contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. Send me an email. It always goes personally, directly to me. I promise to respond directly back to you, not some robot, not some AI. It comes directly from me because I want to help you better shine on camera and shine on stage. And speaking of all this podcasting and things going on, YouTube now has podcasting going on. It's really easy to take your video content you're producing and turn it into a podcast stream. That's just one of the things that I'm going to be teaching people during our upcoming Pop and Sizzle Tuesday training. It's the first of our ongoing series of Tuesday trainings. We're going to help you revamp, repaint, give some pop, give some sizzle, and learn some of the new things that are going on with YouTube that you may not be aware of. You may have let your site go dormant, shallow, nothing new for a while because, everyone has already gotten on there. YouTube is changing things up. It's a really great fresh time to get in and leverage. And again, if you're going to have a corporate podcast, make it a video, a TV show that you can also share on YouTube with your own branded station. If you want to learn more about this, hit the QR code. It's only $20 for this. And I'll also be sharing something other special going on that night as well. But come and join us and learn how to get more pop and sizzle, rebrand your site, turn it into a community, and much, much more. There is power in podcasts. Corporate people, you're falling behind the individual, the celebrities, the entrepreneurs. Let's get you rocking and let's get you going bigger and better in the world of podcasting. Love to talk to you more, but we got to fly. It's Friday. That's my 2 p.m. with the trigger for the day. We will see you on Monday back here at 2 p.m. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and keep rocking your stage.